We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support and breaking through key support levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy sent out a bear indicator at 1:30 p.m. and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it pop you up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support above the 435 area here in the end of the day. And we're going to talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, what's going on with the inflow versus outflow, and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Netflix bot. Our Netflix bot at 9:35 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area of bright green bars to multiple dip areas of white with red borders in the last 3 days. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under a bear indicator yesterday at the 442.80 area and rejecting it later on in the day, right? It tried coming back up, rejected it. Outflows were dominating, and today it rejected again when it tried coming back up to get back above 440. Rejected pretty fast, and these outflows crossed over and dominated all day, even hitting lows down here, some of the lowest outflows that we've seen in the last 3 days of negative 5.3, guys. That's some of the lowest negatives that we've seen of outflows. We've seen down here negative 3, negative 4, but not negative 5.3, and here it is sitting below the 440s, broke through the support of 438 to 437 and has hit 435, guys. Down here at these lows, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to try to pick back up. to justify any strength here into these charts. If not, if these outflows continue to dominate, there could be even further test of lower support levels, right? So what are we going to talk about here in today's video? Well, the key levels I would watch and what's going on here within the charts. Now, it's been a while since I've actually pulled up a bigger picture, right, beyond the 1 hour. So we look at what's going on for the next day. But if we actually zoom this out a little bit further towards the 4 hours, you could see these outflows crossed over in the last 3 days. And that's why things have accelerated pretty quickly to the downside from 448 to 435 and have hit negative 9.8 of outflows, some of the lowest outflows that we've seen in weeks and even months, right? And there's been a bear indicator since up here at the 454 area, as well as outflows continuing to dominate throughout this process. Now, and as you saw there popping up on the screen, our swing bot just sent notifications. If you guys want to go ahead and rewind, you could see the level where it sent it, the price it was at, and I do a brief summary towards the end of the video on what it does and how it adds perspective and how things reacted based off of Nvidia and Tesla on some of the most recent notifications that we got about a week or two ago. And it hasn't been fully released just yet, but when these notifications come in, I do notify those that are in the members of the Discord, and then we also will be releasing it where everyone can see it. It's just still in the process of getting fine-tuned, but it has given us some very interesting insights and perspectives so far. But back to the SPY here on the 4 hours. So it's done a really fast drop here in the last few days. That bear indicator, outflows dominating throughout this whole process, slight inflow crossover there, but very weak, and that's where things accelerated from 448 to 435. And also we could see a full transition from the rip area to the dip area so far on the 4 hour chart. Now, if we zoom out and look at this even from the 1 day, we could see here in the bigger picture when those outflows crossed over at around the 447, 448 area. Bear indicator up here at the 450s. When it tried coming back up, rejected, and since then things have dropped. Now, the last piece missing here is white with red borders. Now, we have not seen that in literally months to almost the whole entire year, right? Nearly 10 months ago was the last time we saw white with red borders, and that was last year in September and October, near the recent lows that we saw in the SPY. Some people say that's the bottom of this bear market. Some are saying we may retest it or even break through it. Now, that's not guaranteed, and that's all speculation right now, but that's the last time that we saw white with red borders, and so far we've hit red bars, and the outflows are at negative 9.47, and they hit lows there of negative 11 and negative 18, okay? Something to not ignore here in the charts. And then back in September and October, it went as far down as negative 30. So based off the history of the chart in the most recent pullbacks and in the last times that we could see, based off what the charts are showing, outflows have room to go lower if they want to, because they're only sitting at negative 9.4. Now, again, not guaranteed, but I'm zooming out and letting you guys see what's going on in the bigger picture. Now, what is it that I would watch going into tomorrow? Well, the first thing is for these inflows to slow down here on the 1 hour, try to start curling back up, and then also on the 30-minute, as we see it here, it's trying to bring itself up, switch from red to green, stay that way, head towards the midpoint, and also on the 15-minute, continue that trajectory and cross over the midpoint, guys. Until it crosses the midpoint, we will not see that strength possibly start to reflect, and it could start actually moving forward if that crossover happens. Try to cancel out this bear indicator, retest key resistance levels, and try to roll that strength over into the 30-minute as well. That's what I would not ignore here on the 15-minute of the volatility, and I do not see movement until that crossover happens, right? You could see it in the history of the chart. When the stocks start to move is when those inflows cross over, followed by that bull indicator, as I like to call it, multiple confirmations. And you can see it even here in this slight move up from the 442 to 444 area. Those inflows had crossed over, and a bull indicator. And same thing here, right? When it bounced up from 448 to 451, those inflows need to cross over here on the 15-minute to reflect any further strength into these charts and try to roll that over here into the 30-minute as well, as it's trying to bring itself back up. Now, in the live action earlier in the video, I was talking about it and I showed you guys it was sitting flat, and here it is trying to bounce back up. I'm going to be watching that very closely going into tomorrow. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, and the first support level is the 432 area, and then below that is the 430 area. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the downside. To the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical to break back above 438, get these inflows up, cancel out this bear indicator in the process, reflect that strength into these charts, get a possible bull indicator as well, and then also retest the next resistance of 440, and then above that is the 442 to 443 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial and critical. I would not ignore them. And also in this second half of the video, do not miss what our swing bot notified us on and how the charts reacted, so you can learn more. And these inflows, I'm going to be watching them very closely going into tomorrow, especially as they're trying to come back up here on the 30-minute and on the 15-minute, guys. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. So if you made it this far into the video and you are a swing trader or looking to gain an edge when it comes to swing trading, you're definitely going to want to check this out. And this is our new swing bot that will be fully released really soon. And so far, it has sent 2 notifications in the last several days, right? The first one, as you see it popping up there, was NVIDIA on Friday of last week at around $444. And the other one was Tesla yesterday in the pre-market, and from yesterday to today, and even yesterday alone, it ran up nearly $10 plus. Now, when it comes to the NVIDIA one, you could see it popping up there on the screen. I shared the chart yesterday, and I also circled an area, as you see it there in the chart, how it kept on bouncing off that support and trying to hold above 444. And then I put a line across when that notification came in. And now you're seeing this other chart, which I shared today in the pre-market. And I stated, right, you could see the same line there. And I put the swing bot notification there at around the 444 area. It was already opening up from yesterday to today at 449. And I talked about in that purple area, the area that kept on acting like support. And there was a strong resistance in the pre-market and previous days at the 452 area, and the bulls would need to break through that for possible continuation. Not guaranteed, but it was important, and inflows needed to cross. Now, when you see it here in the next chart, going into the open, it was broken through, bull indicator popped up, and then inflows crossed over, and you could see the purple area that continued to act like support, and NVIDIA calls were up nearly 100% plus with the swing notification bot since it was sent out, right? And you can see that blue line again where that notification was sent at that after hours on Friday. So this is our new swing bot. If you take a look at Tesla too, it sent it out at around the $256 area, and Tesla went to highs here of nearly $270 in the last 2 days, and it was sent out yesterday in the pre-market, right around this area, and the full move. So typically with these swing bots and the notifications that come in, they're there to add perspective. Nothing's guaranteed, but the goal is for it to add perspective. Take a look for possible support levels and bullish confirmations of a reversal, and from there it typically pans out within several days to weeks, but sometimes it can happen this fast within 1 or 2 days. And when it does, I typically tend to make a rational decision because maybe my goals and strategy and expectations have been met, right? I don't want to get too greedy either, but I wanted to share with you guys our new swing bot that's going to be notifying directly into our Discord on high probability opportunities based off specific criterias and dip areas of wire Fred borders, as I call them, on multiple time frames and other criterias to confirm of the possibility of it looking like a possible support or area to not ignore for a possible swing of a reversal. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.